Hi, happy Wisdom Wednesday. I am coming to you today from my beautiful bathroom. Today I wanted to, as I mentioned last week, talk a little bit about body wisdom. So, not just wisdom coming from our minds, but how can we draw on our bodies to learn a little bit about ourselves? And before I do that, I want to read a very, very inspirational passage from this book, which I'm sure many of you know. It's a little tattered. It's really been through a lot with me, so it's one of my favorite books for drawing on strength when I'm going through a tough time, or just in general to draw on wisdom. So the book is called Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And I'm just going to read a passage about the body. Some say the soul informs the body. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that the body informs the soul, helps it to adapt to mundane life, parses, translates, gives the blank page, the ink, and the pen with which the soul can write upon our lives? Suppose, as in fairy tales of the shape changers, the body is a god in its own right, a teacher, a mentor, a certified guide? Then what? Is it wise to spend a lifetime chastising this teacher who has so much to give and teach? Do we wish to spend a lifetime allowing others to detract from our bodies, judge them, find them wanting? Are we strong enough to refute the party line and listen deep, listen true to the body as a powerful and holy being? So, this is one of my favorite passages. I could have gone on. There's a lot of beautiful things that she says there, but that's sort of the premise of this video today, is to talk about the body as teacher. I am going to be talking a little bit about this glorious liquid in a bottle that I use on my skin, on my face every morning, and you can use it all over your body, but I mainly use it on my face. It's Living Libations, Best Skin Ever, Rose Best Skin Ever. And I'm going to be talking about a really sacred and ancient Ayurvedic ritual that is called oil cleansing. And this is something that, yes, is a physical thing you can do in the morning, and yes, it makes us feel more beautiful. But the smells in this particular oil and the chemical makeup of this oil is incredible. As many of you know who might be watching this video, you might know that I am a very, very passionate health and wellness person. I have been for a long time. And a lot of it started, actually, I don't know how many of you know this, but a lot of it started, just as a story to tell, when I was probably about 10. I just can look back on my love for wellness. It might have even been like 8, it might have been younger. I would wake up in the morning at about 6 in the morning, just as the sun was rising, and I'd go downstairs to my living room and I'd turn on the TV to aerobics and the step classes, you know, those step aerobic classes, and I would shake my booty for, like, I don't know what it was, 45 minutes to an hour, and I loved it, and I loved the high I got. I loved feeling fit even as a young kid. I went to gymnastics classes, but those particular aerobics classes really, I remember very vividly driving my brothers crazy as I bounced on our creaky hardwood floor every morning at 6 a.m., usually on the weekends. My poor brothers were trying to sleep, and I was just trying to get fit and feel good. And it was about my body and, you know, looking good, but a lot of it was just about the high I felt about movement. And my other videos are going to talk about movement as well. Today I wanted to talk about this particular skin ritual. And lately I've been really feeling like a very visceral sense of my body and really turning my arrows in. I really love that expression from Trevor Hall, if any of you listen to Trevor Hall's music. And this idea that sometimes, unfortunately, the way that we really get to become truly intimate with our body and develop that relationship, like Clarissa speaks to, and seeing our body as this God, as this teacher, is unfortunately when things go wrong. And it doesn't have to be like that, but that does end up being the way for a lot of us. And so I've dealt with a lot of things with my body. I've dealt with yeast infections. I've dealt with broken bones and, what else? Sciatica. I'm dealing with sciatica right now. Skincare my whole life, although in the last probably, I'm going to say, what are we now, 2019? Since I'm going vegan, my skin cleared right up and a lot of my acne went away. And I had very, very puffy skin all the time, puffy face. I had severe hypothyroid, and that pretty much dissolved. So I can speak to plant-based diets as like truly miraculous in watching our body evolve right before our eyes. So speaking of plant-based, this is the Rose Best Skin Ever. I love Living Libations. I really, really love this company. As you know, like I said, I'm a huge proponent for plant-based living, but for just living well in general. And this particular product is the best that I have found. Sorry, my screen went and froze on me. The best product I found for being truly pure. Like there's a lot of health, a lot of natural products out there, and even organic products out there that still have things, ingredients in them that are not good for our body. And based on the research I've done, even things like glycerin that actually traps moisture from our body is not good for our skin, especially not in high amounts. So you may find that the soaps you use or even the skincare products and creams you use have glycerin in them. Even if it's plant-based, it's not the best for our skin. This does not have any of that. This is like pure oil. So it's jojoba oil is the base. There is coconut oil in it, lavender, sea buckthorn, vetiver essential oil, grapefruit essential oil, palmarosa essential oil. And this one is particularly focused on enhancing elasticity. Now, I know I have talked to some women who are hesitant to oil cleanse because they say they have oily skin. Let me tell you, I grew up my whole life with oily skin, very oily. I would never have touched this. Then I went vegan. I found a lot of my skin's hydrolipid barrier was repaired, and like I said, a lot of my acne went away. So I don't want to just speak to doing this and then that's the only thing your skin needs. Your skin is an organ. Just like the other organs, it's the largest organ in the body. And in fact, if you oil cleanse, it's actually going to balance and repair that hydrolipid barrier. Whereas using soaps and using frothy foaming cleansers, things like that, I used to buy from the Body Shop. I used to shop, Neutrogena at Shoppers Drug Mart. These are the best products. Because they're so clean, they're all organic, they are wild crafted, they are made in Canada. So I love that. I've chosen to actually be an affiliate with this company because I really believe in what they're doing as a family company, as a local company. Creating something is like the purest of the pure. And really for what you're getting, the price point is really, really good. So this one I think was probably $20 or $25 and it lasts me, if I use it once a day, it lasts me about 3 months, maybe 2 months. So really love Living Libations. They're an incredible company. I'm still in the midst of repairing my affiliate link. So once I have that going, I will post that and you can shop through my affiliate link. It's the website. That's all it is, but it's a link, a URL link specific to me. And when you shop through that and you purchase through that link, I make a small commission off that. So just so you know, and I will post that very soon. But more than anything, I'm just passionate about people knowing about this. I talked to so many friends about Living Libations, and I've been intending on making this video for a long time. So here we go. So I have a washcloth, and basically what I do is I just wet it a little bit. So I've just got it running under my tap. My water is a little bit cold right now. It's ideal for it to be warm. And for the oils to actually penetrate the lipid barrier of the skin, you want water to mix in with the oil. So make sure that your cloth is a little bit wet or is damp. So I just dampen it and then I squeeze it a little bit to get the excess water out. And then I squirt, and this is up to you. You probably only need 2 because it's really delicious stuff and it's very pure. But if you want more oil, like right now it's winter in Canada, so I like to use 3 for an extra little bit of moisture. And then you basically, in circles, are wiping it over your skin, your lips. I love doing this, and I've talked about this before in another video about nervous system regulation. If you're feeling, I love this in the morning, so generally don't feel kind of like jittery or anxious, but if you've had a long day and maybe a stressful day, this is a ritual I'd really recommend to do, because especially when you're rubbing it down your neck, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a vagal nerve or the vagus nerve that runs along here, and this is actually can be pretty soothing for the nervous system. And it's not even about the nerves here or anything, but the skin has lots and lots and lots of nerves in it as well. And so the action of contacting our own body and bringing it love and soothing movement and energy, moving the blood around, both physically, chemically, and emotionally, this can be a very soothing ritual, and that's why I love it so much. And I find that it's an easy habit to form because of the amount of satisfaction it brings me, and pleasure it brings me. And self-pleasure is just such a beautiful thing. You know, it's really easy to go to a therapist or go to maybe, you know, we can do all those things too, but when we learn to actually give our bodies love, like Clarissa was speaking to, and getting in touch with our own bodies, we can find a lot of satisfaction. And in fact, I'm someone that has a tendency to look outside of myself and look around the world, and sometimes I forget about my own body. And so when I come back to my own body, I find it really soothing and really incredible. So as you can see, you might start to see like a glow in my skin. This feels great. It just feels great knowing that I'm not putting any crap in my skin. I am not putting any toxins of any kind. I'm actually cleansing my skin, I'm moisturizing it, and this throughout the day feels amazing. I did use a lot, as you can see. My skin has a really nice glow to it. It'll even have this glow with less. You don't need this much. And it smells amazing. So it's a physical, you know, in terms of sensory stimulation, this is like a physical ritual. So touch, you have sense, the smells, and this is incredible. I mean, you're putting pure rose oil on your skin. And smell, the sight of it is really, it's a really beautiful bottle. The oil is like this deep golden hue. And looking at your face and seeing the change in your skin is also a really beautiful feeling as well. Now, many people out there might talk a lot about oil cleansing. It's becoming more of a popularized thing. And you might hear people say, just use any old oil in your kitchen. And based on the research I've done, I would not recommend using, for instance, canola, like GMO canola oil or any non-organic oil on your skin. There are certain oils that are actually, like jojoba, I love, because jojoba actually mimics the same chemical properties as the skin. So it's like, it's matching your skin's molecules. It's really, really cool. So I use that with a little bit of coconut oil. I have heard that coconut oil, when used in excess on the skin, and this is based on my own research, can actually leave like a flaky film on the skin, and doesn't penetrate the skin. So I don't use a lot of it. If I'm going to use something in the winter, I'll use jojoba, but I'll also use shea butter at night. So I just wanted to kind of demystify that idea or debunk a myth that you can just use any oil on your skin. You have to be very careful and do your research and know which oils actually match the skin's barrier and will penetrate your skin and do the proper healing benefits that you want. And again, using organic, and, you know, if you can even get well-crafted essential oils, those are the best to use. So that is my skin ritual for the morning, and some wisdom around the body and giving ourselves lots of love. I think this is appropriate. We've got Valentine's Day coming up in 2 weeks. So a really beautiful way just to give, and simple way to give love back to yourself. Happy Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you have a great rest of the week.